Welcome to the show, everybody. It is Monday, April 13th. It's This Day. I'm Michael Taylor, and happy birthday to my mother. April 13th, here's her birthday. I'm not sure how old she is, but she's not young. We'll just go with that, because I'm old, and that makes her a lot older. There you go. Sorry, Mom, but happy birthday. Probably not the nicest way to say happy birthday to my mother. All right, let's get right into the show. I'm already in trouble. I'm probably going to be grounded. It's going to happen. But after the show, of course. Performing Arts Center, Renee Anderson's going to be here. Got two great shows coming up. One is a combo Barbra Streisand, Frank Sinatra performance, and then Late Night Catechism, the comedy show. You're going to enjoy that one, too. So we're talking about those shows and more with Renee. And then later in the program, we got the Democratic Club. Jeannie Lepowski is going to be here. They got two events coming up for a lot of good candidate forums that you're going to want to pay attention to on the Democratic side of the aisle, so we'll stay tuned for that one a little later in the program. Right now, though, we want to stay informed, but we got to go into for you. Yeah, it is snake season, folks, and I've already seen a couple. Top of the world hike over in Laguna, and there was one just over there in the bushes, hiding, waiting to rattle at me, and that's stay in the middle of those paths if you're walking the paths these days. It is snake season. Make sure you stay out of the way. If you see any sightings, something like that, make sure you call it in. Prevention tips: stay on the marked paths. That's what I do when you're walking outdoors. Keep your dogs on a leash. They go in there with a nose and root around, and they get bit all the time. So make sure you keep your dogs on a short leash, especially in the brushy and rocky areas. Avoid reaching into areas that you cannot see clearly, and be alert. In the warm weather, that's when the snakes are most active. They come out, they're cold-blooded creatures. They come out, they warm themselves up in the sun, and that's when it can be dangerous for us, folks. So just be careful. If you want to go to the Laguna Woods Village website, lots more information about what to do with bites and the numbers to call and those kinds of things. All right, let's take a check of our weather. It's weather or not, and today's weather. Not weather, right? Today we had weather today. We had some rain this morning. It is stopping down now. We're going to have a little bit of clear out. We're going to get a partly cloudy skies today, and a high of 63, a little bit on the cool side. Then we warm up a few ticks on the temperature chart there. We got up to 69 degrees on Tuesday, mostly sunny. We got a few clouds in the morning, and then partly cloudy again, maybe even a couple raindrops on Wednesday, it looks like there. Then we got sunny on Thursday, and then mostly sunny with a couple of raindrops possible on Friday. So we got a little mix of weather going on here with temperatures on the cool side. Let's take a look at our sunrise, sunset. Look at that beautiful shot there. Thank you very much. This is from Sandy Marcus. Send us this picture from Mission San Luis up there in Oceanside, or down there in Oceanside. Sunrise this morning was 6:22. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:20. If you have a picture you'd like to send us, we would love to see us. Please send us your pics. Email them, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we'll use it in our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, we got a couple of meetings to tell you about. Then when we come back, we'll be talking about what's coming up in the pack with Renee Anderson. Stay with us.
If you're living with spinal stenosis, sciatica, or any other spine issue, you're not alone. And you do have options.
I was flat on my back. Kind of severe back pain.
At Excel Health, we offer a free MRI review with experienced, fellowship-trained spine surgeons.
I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm active, so.
Our minimally invasive procedures mean most patients are walking just hours after surgery. Call Excel Health today, and let's talk about what we can do for you.
Hi, I'm Jay Miner with Assisted Living Locators of South Orange County. If you're starting to worry about your safety at home or about a loved one who may be struggling, you don't have to take the next steps alone. I've toured every assisted living and memory care community in our area, and I can help you find the right fit. I'll do the research, make all the phone calls, and set up all the tours. And my services are at no cost to you. Let's make sure that you or your loved one have the care, comfort, and peace of mind that you deserve. Give me a call today.
At Petwell Clinic, your local fast relief pet care clinic, there's no waiting days for an appointment. Just walk in when your pet needs care. From the moment you arrive, you'll feel our commitment to openness and service excellence. You remain by your pet's side throughout their visit, and all charges are clearly explained, so there are no surprises at checkout. Serving Laguna Woods Village, we are committed to kind and accessible pet care. Petwell Clinic, your most convenient option for quality pet care.
Hi, my name is Ford. I'm a graduate gemologist and the founder here at Gold Standard. I've been in the jewelry and watch trade for over 30 years. Bring me your jewelry, watches, coins, even sterling silver flatware. I buy it all. Any item, big or small, you never know what you have in your jewelry box. Schedule a private appointment, bring me your items, and let me tell you what they're really worth. Never will you feel pressured. I treat all of my clients like their family. Gold Standard Company, by appointment only, here in Laguna Hills.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about some great performers here with Renee Anderson from the Performing Arts Center. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Michael. It's so nice to be here, and this is the first time you've interviewed me.
I know, right? We've been waiting a long time,
I know.
and now it's finally happening.
Like you said, the stars aligned.
It's our big debut. We'll call it that. The curtain's gone up. So you guys got, and let's talk about a really big performer. We wanted to save the big one for me. It's Frank Sinatra and Barbra Streisand, kind of, on stage at the Performing Arts Center.
Well, obviously, if we had the real Frank and Barbara, that would be something.
Yeah, we
wouldn't
might need a bigger stage.
Yeah, but yeah, so we really were looking to find something for the crowd that is not being serviced so well in the community right now.
Right.
A lot of the entertainment is trending a lot younger, more towards the 60s and 70s. So we wanted to bring in some classic old school entertainment, and this is a great show because I don't know if anyone knows, but Frank and Barbara never actually performed together. They did record together, but they did it separately.
Thing, right? But they had different studio sessions.
They were never even in the same place for those. So this is sort of a recreation of what would happen if they did actually perform together.
There we go.
Not only two fabulous voices, but two really witty, funny people. You expect some really interesting banter, a lot of fun, and of course, great, great music.
Yeah, it's going to be a little less than 2 weeks away, right? Saturday, April 25th at the Performing Arts Center, 7:30. Tickets are still available?
Yes, there are some tickets available, but hurry up because it is selling fast. I think we're above 650 at this point, and the theater only holds 800.
Yeah. And the cool thing about, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, Frank still toured.
Yeah.
And he still did shows. And so there's probably a lot of people here who actually saw Frank Sinatra in his heyday and that kind of thing. And maybe even a few who saw Barbra Streisand. So it's kind of neat to kind of revisit those memories.
Yeah, exactly. And Barbara, even though she does still perform, her tickets are very, very expensive. And she doesn't do it very often.
No, it's really rare. It's kind of one night only kind of thing.
Yeah, she's notoriously got a lot of stage fright, so she doesn't love it. But yeah, this performer does. The lady coming, Sharon Owens, she's actually been as Barbara to the Pack before. She came with a Celine Dion, and they sold the place out, and they were fantastic. So I really encourage the residents to come and take a look.
Now, how did you find these guys? Or did you put them together, or they do it?
No, this is an act that's already been put together, and it's been touring for some time. Sharon has been doing Barbara in various configurations. She does it by herself. She does it with other people. She does it all over the United States. And so we actually go through a management company that books Sharon. Always have to go through a management company. But yeah, I was specifically looking to book Sharon again because I wanted to have a Barbara, and when I saw the Barbara and Frank, I got really excited because I thought seeing those two performers together would be really fantastic.
Now, at the Performing Arts Center, there's so many. I mean, so many of the clubs, so many of the other groups here book that center a lot for their stuff.
Right.
Where do you guys kind of fit into that? Like, how do you work around, like, okay, well, this show's coming up for these guys, and we want to put one in at this date and this date, and again, you kind of counter programming to what, like you said, the 60s and 70s acts that are coming in there a lot.
You know, we really try to be respectful of the clubs and what they're bringing in. We don't really want to compete with them. In fact, this is going to be one of the last I'm going to say tribute acts that we're going to be bringing into the Pack because we're looking for something different. We're going to bring some different entertainment in, and really the clubs do have, for the most part, the tribute acts covered.
Yeah, they got them planned.
Yeah. So this is just one of the few one-offs that we had that are sort of playing out that we booked prior to us saying that we weren't really going to be doing that anymore. And also we were looking to fill some holes that we saw coming as far as the type of entertainment the other clubs were bringing in. So this, and we've got a Neil Diamond coming in later this year. Those will probably be our final tribute acts, except for New Year's Eve, which will probably always be a tribute act.
So it was a good way to close out the tribute acts with Frank and then those guys. So that's not too shabby. How have you guys improved the Performing Arts Center since you've been there the past 3.5 years in terms of sound, in terms of what you guys are doing?
Well, we have a whole new sound overhaul. We have a whole new sound system. And there is something that is happening that's new, which is that we're going to be enforcing some decibel limits in the auditorium, which I know the residents have been asking for. They feel like the volume's been a little bit too high. So we're going to definitely work on that. The sound equipment definitely lends itself to that. A lot of it has to do with whether we use on-stage monitors or in-ear monitors, technical stuff that no one really cares about, but it does make a difference when we are talking about the level and the quality of sound in the auditorium.
Okay, but the audio, like, I know they were used to have some issues with the audio back there, but that's like, it's great now. Now maybe it's too good.
Maybe it is just a little too good, right?
All right, folks, so the Frank Sinatra show is coming up on April 25th. Get those tickets. There's still a few available, but selling out fast. The next thing we want to talk about is Late Night Catechism.
Right.
Okay, that's a comedy show?
Yes, it is. And I want to, now this is what I'm talking about when I say we're trying to bring in some different stuff.
Here we go.
We
Right.
hear the call. We're providing it. So now we need the residents to respond and buy the tickets. So Late Night Catechism is a one-woman show where she sort of interacts with the audience. It's very interactive. It's more like stand-up. It's very improvisational. But it is based around a catechism class, which is a Catholic tenet that people go and they learn all of the things about the religion. So this is being taught by a nun. And I want to be very clear, this is a woman, not a man.
It's a spoof. Right?
It is a spoof. It's a total spoof, but it's a kind spoof.
Right.
It's not vulgar. It's not mean-spirited at all.
Right.
It's just a kind of funny little thing that people really seem to enjoy, and Sister comes and plays with the audience, takes little quizzes, gives out prizes, maybe gives out some little punishments too.
Maybe there's a ruler?
Yeah,
Right
maybe.
on the knuckles?
I don't think so.
No, okay. Now, and I didn't know what a catechism was. I'm glad you explained that. Which leads me to my next question. Do you have to be a Catholic to enjoy the show?
No, absolutely not. I don't think you even really need to know anything about the Catholic religion to enjoy the show.
Perfect.
Yes, it's just a funny show. If you are Catholic, I think you'll definitely get some deeper meanings from it.
Right, you'll have the memories of like, oh gosh, I remember that, and the twists on it,
maybe
that kind
some
of thing.
nostalgia, and
Right.
But if you're not, it's still very, very funny. It's going to be an entertaining. It's quick. It's funny. It's a fun way to spend a late night.
Okay, and where did just one of these performers that's been kind of touring the country?
Yeah,
and
so
they're
this is
around
a
here?
touring performance.
Okay.
Yeah, and so she comes through as requested, and we were very happy to be able to book her. And I really think that this is something different that the community can really enjoy.
Okay, and we have it's far off a little bit. It's June 27th, so
Yes.
people have time to get the tickets, and there's a $20, $25, and $30 options for that one.
Yep.
And the usual ways everybody can get their tickets over there. So it sounds like a fun one. And like you said, you're reaching out and trying to do other ones. What other shows are you guys looking at in terms of like, hey, here's some really cool touring shows that we can kind of bring into the village?
We have some really different stuff coming up. We have a show called Buckets and Boards coming up. It's going to be right before Thanksgiving. It's actually the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and it's two guys that come out and they play on all kinds of crazy instruments, and they do tap dancing, and they sing, and they are very, very funny. It's hard to describe what it is. It's sort of like stomp crossed with like a tap show. It's so entertaining.
Okay.
And I'm really going to have to come back and promote it and show some clips because I really want the community to see it. We also have, what else do we have? We have a magician coming in, a magician in music of Ben and Cassandra. So we're looking forward to that. And we have a lot of other good stuff that we're trying to think about some dance shows, definitely some Broadway type offerings, anything that is not necessarily a tribute act.
Well, anything but that. All right. Well, Late Night Catechism again, folks, coming up Saturday, June 27th at 7:30 over at the Performing Arts Center. Tickets are available, as well as the Sinatra show and Barbra Streisand show that's coming up on the 25th of this month, about 12 days away. So make sure you get out there for that one as well. Renee, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up next, folks, we're going to be talking to the Democratic Club. Stay with us.
Hospice isn't about giving up. It's about showing up with compassion, expertise, and heart.
We care for the whole person, mind, body, and spirit, helping patients live each day to the fullest.
We walk with patients and families every step of the way because what we do is more than medicine. It's honoring every moment together.
Orange Hospice, with you, with heart, always. Please call us or visit orangehospice.net.
You know, people ask me about real estate here in the village all the time. I live here, and as a realtor, I know buying and selling in our community is different. There are specific rules and details that really matter, and having someone who truly knows how it works is important. If questions come up for you or someone you know, give me a call. I'm your Laguna Woods Insider. Please call me, Melissa Fort, your Laguna Woods Insider at 949-478-5888, or visit my website.
For years, Meineke has proudly served the Laguna Woods community. At our auto repair shop in Lake Forest, we offer a variety of services and repairs so that you can count on Meineke for all of your vehicle's needs. Whether it's a regular tune-up or more significant damage, our technicians are here to deliver top-quality workmanship. When you visit us, we'll ensure quick and efficient service so you can get back to your day without delay. Visit us today for unparalleled service.
June is not that far away, and lots of election planning and the contests are going on all the way up into the primaries. I want to welcome Jeannie Lepowski from the Democratic Club joining us today.
Glad
Thanks
to be here.
Thanks for being here. You guys got a lot going on. You're busy.
Yeah.
You might even say frazzled.
Yeah, in fact, I have said frazzled. but lots going on, but we're getting a lot done.
Mm-hmm.
And
does it really pick up steam? Do people start to reach out for you, a lot of candidates saying, hey, can I come talk? Can I do this kind of thing? And you guys have to figure out how can we accommodate as June gets closer and closer, right?
Right, exactly. And I just want to say it's not just June, it's voting actually starts in May.
Mm-hmm.
And so anybody who's trying to start
anybody who might have moved here, they got to register if they're new to the area.
Yeah.
They got to, and we got, the ballots are coming out soon.
Right.
And all of these things are starting to happen.
Ballots drop on May 4th.
Right.
But I should say, I mean, this is kind of not what we were planning to talk about, but if you just move here and you need to register, you can go to the vote center. Once the vote center opens, you can go to the vote center and they will allow you to cast your ballot and let you register provisionally. Okay. So long as you're not lying on your voter registration, your vote will count.
Okay.
So, and that's important to know.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the day. There are some 11-day vote centers, but in our area, the vote centers are four days, and they open the last the Friday, I believe, the Friday before June 2nd.
Okay.
So in May.
In the registrar's office, if people really want to make the effort, they could always go up to the registrar's office and take care of things up there or something like that.
But the purpose of the vote centers is so people don't have to go to the registrar's office. So yeah, so I've worked the vote centers. I think it's really cool, and I'm hoping to do it again this year.
I head to those places all the time when I'm doing my voting. You guys got your next meeting coming up on the 21st. It's your general meeting.
Right.
But you also have two different forums that use a little bit different. You have an afternoon forum and an evening forum.
That's correct. So our general meeting is on the usual date, which is March 21st, and it's the first of our two forums, and obviously our usual meetings are in the evening, so it's going to be in the evening at the usual time. We have
it's a primary election candidate forum, and who are some of the candidates you guys are bringing in, and we're going to be hearing from?
Well, we have a candidate for assessor who is named Janet Conklin. We have our Katrina Foley, who is running to stay as on the Board of Supervisors. We have Chris Cluey for the 72nd Assembly District, and he's been with us. I mean, he's been to our club a couple of times already, so we actually know him quite well. We have Patrick Wolf, who is running for that very important job, Insurance Commissioner.
Okay.
And we have a couple of people running for two different judge offices. Judge Office 13 is Robert Messman. Judge Office 41 is Amy Sagal. And then we have somebody for the Orange County Board of Education, Jason Sams, and we have somebody running for the statewide Superintendent of Public Education, who is Michelle Henderson. So and that's everybody who, so far, that we know is going to be coming on the 21st.
Now, have a lot of the races, a lot of the elections, like for assessor or for Board of Education, have they become just way more partisan in the last few years in terms of like, are you a Democrat or Republican? Was that something that usually didn't come up before?
Well, that's a kind of a complex question to answer.
That's why I brought you here.
Well, okay. Yeah, so basically it used to be that for some of those, especially local races, voters didn't think it was particularly important to worry about.
I remember when I was younger, I looked at the ballot and I would say, for a Board of Education, it was usually an educator or somebody in that field. It wasn't about, it wasn't about being a politician as much as it was like, I'm an educator, I want to serve in the education field at a higher level.
Yeah. Well, that's what we hope. We always hope that that's why people get into it, but in fact, it's not always the reason. Some people use these education positions as jumping off points to higher office.
Right.
And sometimes people use it because they have a particular political end that they want to accomplish, a broader societal political end that they want to accomplish. So, I mean, it's good for people to be in these positions who have strong feelings about how the world should be.
Right.
Okay, that's not an issue.
Nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that, exactly. But what's changed recently is that there's been more of a division in worldview between the two parties and the various smaller independent unofficial smaller third parties, what we call them, lots of third parties.
And how important is it for you to have an assessor or somebody running for a school board post and that kind of thing in, because they don't have the big dollars to do the campaign ads and commercials and the mailers that go out. So this is a lot of times this is one of their only chances to even hear from the voters and the candidates together.
Exactly right. And a lot of these local offices and county office candidates have been going around to various different clubs and venues and groups and doing their in-person vote searching or trying to convince people tell people who they are. And that's as it should be. I think it's really important for people.
The old days of knocking on the doors and making phone calls and that kind of thing?
And talking to people, just, to have candidates who actually talk to people and get the feedback, understand what their potential constituents are looking for. And it's also very important for voters to get to know who those candidates are, because sometimes they will, oftentimes they will move up to a more influential office.
They get their start somewhere and kind of move on.
Exactly.
You also have the afternoon, the 145, and all village residents are invited to both these forums. So at the 145, tell us about that one.
Well, that's going to be at the Towers, and we wanted to have a candidate forum at the Towers because sometimes people in the Towers don't have a way to get, or
not as mobile as some of the other residents.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, they're not as mobile as some of the other residents, and they're also, apart from people in the Towers, there are a lot of people in the village who don't like to go out at night, so they don't come to our general meetings that take place in the evening. So we really like it when we can schedule a program of one sort or another during the day, so that we can get people involved with the Democratic Party and know who we are and get educated about one thing or another.
All right. And what's the lineup you're going to have at the Towers?
At the Towers,
for that one?
Some of the same ones. We'll have Katrina Foley and the two judges, but we also tentatively have Fiona Ma, who is running for lieutenant governor.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm still working with her on that to make sure that it's going to fit her schedule and so on. But I'm, maybe 70% sure she's going to be there. So I have her on my list.
That's a big get. That's great.
Yeah, and she's the one candidate coming during the day that's not going to be there at the evening meeting.
Okay.
And the other ones are.
Absolutely.
So,
and even though it's at the Towers, everybody's still welcome to come there.
Everybody's welcome to come.
And these are open forums, so you guys aren't charging at the door kind of thing?
We're not charging at the door, although, I have to point out that our original flyers that we, were in a hurry to make, unfortunately, we forgot to take out the part where it says, we left the price on there.
That's why I wanted to make that clear, because I know you guys wanted to make sure.
We don't charge for candidate information. We want to make sure that everybody has access to that, so we won't charge. Donations, of course, are welcome, but by no means required.
All right, Jeannie Lepowski, I know you're busy, somewhat frazzled, and I know you got lots of things to do, so we're going to let you get out of here. Thanks for joining us today.
Okay.
Appreciate it. And folks, get out to those candidate forums on the 21st. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back with Monday's movie preview. Stay with us.
We believe every senior should be able to remain healthy, happy, and at home. At Caring Senior Service, we understand the value of compassion and companionship. Our caregivers promote health, happiness, and independence. We cook nutritional meals, engage in meaningful activities, run errands, do light house cleaning, and more. Call us toll-free at 833-926-3700 or visit our website, CaringSeniorServiceLW.com. Healthy, happy home. Caring Senior Service.
Do you or your loved ones want to continue living at home safely, but are starting to see signs of Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's? Maybe it's recent strokes or falls. Having a caregiver at home can be the best way to keep you in home safely. Home Helpers has been providing caregivers for over 25 years. Call us today or join us at Laguna Cafe for free pie and coffee, and we'll answer your questions about caregiving. It's the first Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m., and space goes quickly, so RSVP now.
Welcome back, everybody. We had a great movie for you this Monday. It's the original. I know Adam Sandler did another one, but whatever. But I didn't even watch that one. Burt Reynolds, How Can You Beat The Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds? Brought to us by Hoag Orthopedic Institute. That's a good one because they break some bones in that one too, so they need some orthopedics. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. A sadistic warden asks a former pro quarterback, now serving time in his prison, to put together a team of inmates to take on and kind of get pummeled by the guards. And it is a great movie, really fun, lots of laughs in this one with Burt Reynolds in his prime back in the 70s. It's a good one. All right, folks, let's take a quick check of the weather before we head out. We had some rain this morning. Might be some spotty showers throughout the rest of the day. We're going to kind of clear to partly cloudy by the end of the day. If you're watching the 5 o'clock show, it's fine. Everything's good. No more rain. Tomorrow it's going to be about the same thing, mostly sunny. We've got some clouds in the sky. Then we have another chance for rain on Wednesday, maybe, it looks like, and then sunny again Thursday. Then looks like, again, it says mostly sunny, but look at those showers in there. I'm confused by our own weather forecast. There you go. Don't trust me. I'm not a weatherman. There you go, folks. Tomorrow on the program, All Musicians Club and the Republican Club are going to be here. Stay tuned for that one, as well as Bree Cox Kennedy hosting the show. I'm out of here. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.